Hello, everyone. How are you? Here, what happened on Alone, Season 10, the premiere episode, 1 hour and a half of non-stop action, folks, and excitement. Me, my dad, my mom watched it. Next week, my brother Kevin's coming up to watch the show because he's a big fan of Alone. So it's cool as a family thing we have going on. That's awesome. My friend Kayla, she loves the show as well. She likes it. So, 10 contestants dropped off in Northern Saskatchewan on it. A lake area, 10 different locations for everybody. Some were dropped off by boat, some were dropped off by plane. It showed a 6-day journey of 5 of the 10 contestants. So let's get right into it. Jody from Wyoming, USA. She's the one that suffered an injury. So she wasn't sure she'll make the show, but she did. She landed and quickly is gone to work making her permanent shelter, which is a log cabin. Whereas right now, she just threw her tarp over some branches. Gathered up some reindeer moss to make like a nice padded bedding thing to sleep on. And she started working on a log cabin, cutting down branches, logs, fastening them together, stacking them up. Her goal is she's not going to go hunting, got her no food supplies whatsoever until she has that log cabin built as a permanent shelter. Now, if you watch along like I do, sometimes that backfires, sometimes it doesn't. Some people do that. Some people go hunting, gathering supplies first before they build a permanent shelter. So her mindset, she's building that log cabin first. Lee from Alaska showed him 6-day journey. He delivers supplies to communities on a cargo plane. He's also the one that spent 15 years of his life born in the wild with his family that lived in a wooded community, doing jobs and that from one wooded community to another throughout the year. So he's used to nature, being in the woods and that. His mindset is, I ain't building a permanent shelter until I get some food and some supplies. So he went out looking, found a nice fishing area. He took some yellow neon tape and some paracord and fastened some logs together and made a homemade raft. Well, let me tell you, folks, that thing's falling apart already. It's going to sink pretty soon. Already water's coming on. I think he said it's not the prettiest raft, but as long as it gets me further out into the lake, that's all that matters. So he took a fishing net he made, dumped it in the water. He checked it back the next day, caught a nice lake trout. Perfect size. He gutted that thing up, ate it, cooked it. The next day he caught other fish by using paracord and different color paracord and snare wire, and made homemade fishing flies like my Uncle Yui does. He makes homemade flies. He used these ones so like the different colors going to attract the fish. He kept throwing the snare wire in the water, recasting it back out. Caught another nice sized fish. He gutted that one up and had fish eggs in it. So he cooked that one over in a bowl. He ate the fish eggs raw, but the rest of the fish he ate in the bowl over his campfire. He's off to a good start. He's already got some protein, some nutrients in him. Then, let's talk about Alan from British Columbia. He's the teacher that his students encourage him to do this season alone. So, first thing he did when he landed was stripped off to his undies and went swimming in the lake just for excitement and fun. He did that. Then he tried his luck fishing, and he caught a huge laker fish. He cut it open, gutted it, skinned it, and had fish eggs in it. He never had fish eggs before. So unlike Lee, this guy, he gagged over that. He couldn't stand the fish eggs, but I need it for nutrients and proteins and vitamins. So he buried it. Man, I almost got sick of him gagging off of those. But he said, hey, you got to eat what you got to eat. And he gathers up some wild blueberries he found. And stuff. And his plan is he's just going to make a makeshift shelter until he decides when he wants to build his permanent shelter. He might decide he may not need a permanent shelter. He might just go with the makeshift shelter. Poor Cade from Wyoming. Poor guy. He's like the tourist guide person. Yeah. He landed. Found nice fresh moose antler scrapes on a bent down broken tree. He gathered up some strips of birch off a tree and that. He rolled it up. He said, I can use that for stuff down the road. Walking along, each contestant is allowed a bow and arrow with 9 arrows, or you can decide just to bring the bow and make the arrows yourself. He decided to go hunting for the very first day. Walking around, he found some wild blueberries, gathered those up, and then he came across one nice-sized caribou. But each season where they land, there's 1 or 2 types of animals that is illegal to hunt. Caribou in northern Saskatchewan, you cannot hunt. So he's like, of course, the first big game animal I find is a caribou, and I can't kill the thing to eat. And use the fur in that to survive. He said, great. He did, however, get a grouse, which was a type of bird. He cooked that up over his campfire. Then on day 6, I feel bad for him. He went out hunting again, going out for some more supplies and that. Along his way, his quiver of arrows, apparently the rope or string, whatever, the string he had attached to him, to the bow, it broke without him knowing. He spent hours looking for those arrows. He can't find them, folks. He's great. 6 days in, I already lost my goddamn 9 arrows. So he said, I gotta go searching for him again the next day, or maybe I have to make him from scratch. He don't know what to do. I feel sorry for him, but there's like a lot of like tall, thick brushes and that. Like he said, it could be anywhere. It could be in that thick brush. It could be hanging on a tree limb. He don't know. Or a branch, right? Because he said, I don't know when it fell off. I don't know how many miles I've traveled in the woods. I feel sorry for that guy. I really do. The last contestant in the show was Luke from Hawaii. Showed his 6-day journey. He's the one with his family, his big-time, big game hunters, outdoor survivors, fishermen. His mother and father have an outdoor survival technique book published, best time seller. But he's the guy that never followed in his family generation's footsteps there until now. So he wants to prove his family proud that he can do what they do. He landed on the beach, quickly found some fresh moose tracks and some fresh black bear tracks. Gathered up some wild blueberries he found, walking around. He used his bow and arrow, got a grouse right off the get-go, took that back to camp, cooked it up. He decided he's not going to build a shelter. He's just going to use the tarp like a sleeping bag and all that until he feels that he has to build a shelter. He said if the weather starts getting colder, starts snowing, maybe that's when I build a shelter. So his main focus is he's getting food, no matter what. Well, out and about, he came across a black bear. He followed that goddamn thing. And the black bear turned around and spotted him. And that thing came coming right at him, like full speed charging at him. So he fired off 2 arrows, missed the black bear, and lucky it turned and took off. Me, I'd be scared shitless if a black bear is coming at me, right? And this guy, he freaking loved it. He's like, hell yeah, I love black bear coming at me. Not me, fella. But he's like, that would have been nice meat and all that. But he's like, well, better luck next time, big game hunting. And that was it for Alone Season 10, the very first episode. Let me know below in the comment section if you saw a black bear coming. Like, would you actually follow a black bear through the woods? And if that thing is coming at you, will you like take off and run or just stay on your ground? Me, I'll be running like, I'll be running like, bye, see you later. Hasta la vista, I'll be taking right off, baby. Let me know below who you think is going to win Alone Season 10 this year. What do you think of some of the ideas of not building a shelter until later on, gathering food first? Some of them are not gathering food at all. They're just going quickly into making the shelter. I do like the shelter Cade, the guy that lost his arrows. I do like the shelter he made. It's makeshift. He just threw a tarp over some branches and he dug like a pit in the ground. So he's right into the ground and all that, he said. It would do him for now. I do like that shelter he's got made. Yeah, there you go, folks. Cannot wait to episode 2 this week coming up. It's going to show the journey of the other 5 contestants. Probably up to their 6-day journey. Because every time they do that, they divide the contestants up. So I'm pretty sure this next week's episode will be the other 5 contestants. Or maybe it'll be more of these contestants mixed in with the other ones. We won't know. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.